Hello everyone and welcome to another review. Today we have the fragrance that won out for my Subscriber's Choice Award, our video, and that is none other than Yves Saint Laurent's Body Kouros. Amouage Epic Man came in second, so that will come later down the line, and Guerre came in third, but it will still come much later. But either way, the winner was Body Kouros, so that's what we're going to go ahead and review today. Here is the bottle. This was released in the year 2000, so this has been out a while now. You can find it for around $45 for the 3.3 or the 100 milliliter, and about $30 for the 50 milliliter. Now, those prices are kind of relative. You can probably find it much cheaper just because it's been around so long, and so shop around, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Now, the bottle looks like this. I will say the cap as it comes off. Now, I kept it loose for a reason. When the cap, I'm not sure if other people are having this problem, but when the cap is popped on, if you take it off, because it's so hard, what starts happening is, as you can see, this slid up and it covers the sprayer and it almost comes off. It used to come off completely and be stuck inside the cap. But if you push it down, it goes back to normal. So a little bit of questionable formatting, but either way, I like the bottle. It's pretty decently designed. But yes, that's kind of why I keep the cap loose on this one. So Body Kouros, this is the presentation for it. Now, the parfumé of this was Annick Menardo, who has created some of the House of Christian Dior stuff. I believe he did Bois Argent. He also did Bulgari Black. He also did Diesel's Fuel for Life, for some of you who know. So he has done quite a few things. Now, let's get on to the notes for this fragrance. The fragrance consists of, for the top, we have incense and eucalyptus. For our mid, we have cedarwood, mace, which I believe is clary sage. And for our base, we have camphorwood and benzoin. Now, what I get when I smell this fragrance immediately is something very sweet and something very medicinal at the same time. Eucalyptus is a very interesting note, and when you tell people it has eucalyptus in it, they instantly know what they're smelling and they get what you're talking about. I think if you didn't say it had eucalyptus in it, you would probably come to the conclusion that it smelled like something that is very medicinal, and that's kind of what it comes across as. The sweetness really shows through. The incense comes out a little bit in this fragrance, but not as much as one would think. The benzoin is really what comes to the fore and starts taking charge as the fragrance begins to develop itself. And as it develops itself a little bit more, the eucalyptus kind of recedes into the background, and you're left with a woody, powdery sweet smell that has a slightly medicinal tinge still from the eucalyptus that's in it. But either way, the fragrance is very unique in that aspect, and I really believe it's because of the eucalyptus. While some may think medicinal equals bad, not necessarily so. For what I found with this fragrance is that men in particular are not as crazy as this fragrance as women are. Women, for the most part that I've seen, absolutely love this fragrance. Men, on the other hand, not so much from what I've seen. So it kind of has that dual feeling for it. I remember the first time I smelled this fragrance, I thought to myself, this is Body Kouros. I was like, okay, well, it's not great, but it's not bad. But every single woman in the office absolutely loved it. They had rave reviews about it. They said, oh my God, what is that you smell? Or what is that you have on? What is that you're spraying around? You know, can I buy this for my boyfriend? You name it. This is easily one of the most complimented fragrances that I've ever come across. And it's completely different for the fact that I don't think it smells that great in terms of overall smell. I think it smells okay. I think it smells, at best above average, but there's no denying the results that, women seem to absolutely love this fragrance. And so that's the main conclusion that I got to it. And as it dries down, it loses a lot of the power, but again, you're going to get a benzoin kind of tinged with that medicinal eucalyptus, as well as the woods that are rising up from it. Now, for sprays, you can get away with anywhere between 2 and 4 sprays for this fragrance. The occasion, it's really all over the place. I can see anyone wearing this to pretty much almost any occasion that you can think of. It's very versatile in that manner. It almost comes across as a general fragrance that you can kind of wear, but it is unique in its own manner. So work, casual, for play. You can wear it for date fragrances. The only time that I probably would maybe caution you away from, although you could get away with it if you went heavy on sprays, is to a club or a bar scene. Just because as the fragrance begins to develop more, it really comes into its own as a skin fragrance or a scent that is really a bit closer to you and that people will be able to smell as they're in close quarters with you. Not something that's going to really jump out and grab people if you correctly apply, or if you apply this sparingly. That's kind of what you're going to get from it. Now, for the season, spring, summer, and fall, I think it's a little bit too light for winter, but feel free to try it out. Spring, summer, fall though, and you really can't go wrong with the fragrance. And for the age group, I think any age can pull it off. Although some of you younger guys, I'm not going to say that it's not going to fit you as far as the scent goes, but I think it may be the other way around, that you may not think that this smells like a young person's fragrance. You might think that it smells a little bit like an older person's fragrance. Although some people have said quite the opposite, that they might think that it smells perfect on a younger person. So just my opinion, take it for whatever it's worth. All right. Now let's get on to what some other people thought of this fragrance.
It smells like something younger guy. I think it's definitely masculine, but it's definitely a younger man. But I'd say probably like a B or so. Looks nice. It's good.
I like it. Subtle. Is it men's or women's?
It's a mix.
I like it, but not for a man, but it's like a masculine woman. I like it. That's it.
How about a rating? Between A, F?
Oh, what's the best?
A. Or A+.
Give it a C.
It smells like a real cologne to me. Give it like a C+. It's not bad, but it doesn't stand out. It's like indescribable. C+.
So, from the comments, you can see it said a younger person, smells like any other fragrance, indescribable, subtle, masculine, and at the same time smells like it would be on a woman. So the overall theme, even from outside of people that you just saw from there, is that it's definitely a compliment getter among women. But the one thing that you may want to be cautious of is that some women thought that it was more suited for a woman. A lot of them absolutely love the scent. Some of them thought that it smelled masculine at the same time. One thing that really pops into my head is that this fragrance comes across as a fragrance that smells like any other fragrance, but at the same time, it's not. It doesn't smell like any other fragrance. It's a fragrance that hides in plain sight. It's a fragrance that, while the initial impression may be that this is just like any other fragrance, it's not. And that's kind of conveyed in what people have said about this fragrance and how they're unable to really describe the fragrance. At the same time, it smells familiar. So it kind of comes from both angles. So quickly, the ratings for this fragrance. For scent, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a C for scent. Again, not my favorite scent. I think it smells about average for a scent, although I can see the appeal for people who absolutely love this scent. This is definitely a fragrance that you absolutely have to try. As far as, if you haven't smelled this fragrance, definitely smell it just so you can increase your fragrance palette, kind of get more sense into your dictionary, or your fragrance dictionary, or olfactory, whatever. But yes, expanding your horizons. This is definitely a scent that will go ahead and do that. But I'm not too crazy about the scent though. So for scent, I'm going to give it a C. For projection and sillage, I'm also going to give this one a C. It starts out strong. Don't get me wrong, it starts out strong, and you may want to be careful when you, after you've sprayed it, but it dies down. It definitely dies down and becomes more of a close quarter scent. It's not a skin scent completely, but it definitely becomes more of a close quarter scent. So for projection and sillage, a C. For uniqueness, I'm going to go ahead and give this one an A-. Even though some people think that it smells like any other fragrance, again, it's unique in that manner, and it comes across as its own fragrance. Not many fragrances use eucalyptus in it to this manner. Mixing the eucalyptus with the benzoin and the incense comes across as just very unique on that manner. So I'm going to give it an A-. Versatility, I'm going to go ahead and give this one, longevity. For longevity, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a C. Longevity, I get anywhere between 5 and 8 hours. This doesn't really last any monstrously long time on my skin, but 5 and 8 hours is generally what I get for it, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a C. It's about average for a fragrance for me. For versatility, go ahead and give this one a B+. Again, most occasions you can actually wear this for. You might not want to wear this in cold weather situations and, heavy smelling type of situations, or, bars, clubs, stuff like that. But other than that, you can pretty much wear it to anywhere. Anyone can wear it at that time. Definitely, versatility gets a B+. Compliments, this is where it really shines. A+ for compliments. Can't go wrong with compliments, especially if you're looking at compliments for women. For men, I probably have to say you want to temper that down a little bit, just because men were nowhere near as crazy for this fragrance as women were. So for compliments, I'm going to give it an A+, but you get that asterisk there that, it's not, men don't go gaga over it. All right? And for the overall scent, I'm going to go ahead and give this one a B. I think it's a very nice scent. I think if you're looking for a different type of a sweet scent, this is something that you're going to like. If you want to hide out in plain view, this is what you want to go ahead and wear. This is something that is definitely unique. It's a compliment getter. Women will absolutely love this. Downside of it, though, it may be a little bit too feminine. Some people, depending on where you live, may construe it as feminine. So you want to keep that in mind and watch out on those manners. It's definitely affordable. It's a reputable house, and I think it's, pretty quality juice. So, again, overall rating is a B. If you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free. Let me know. Send me a message. Do whatever you got to do. Thank you. Take care of yourselves, and have a great day.